Hello again. I've had a number of questions from my old friend and former student Paul Lane. And Paul's got some really interesting topics that he wants to bring up, and they're very in-depth probing questions. So I've been taking a few days to contemplate my responses. And the first of them is, if I had just one tip for drummers, be they new to playing or really experienced with a lot of years on the clock, what would be the one thing that kind of universally works to make everybody a better player? And I have one very important answer to that. And it's something that I've been talking about for a long time now. Some years ago, I came up with this analogy of thinking of your two hands and 2 feet as being like 4 channels on a mixing desk. And I call this concept independence of dynamics. And to be able to adjust the relative dynamics of your hands and feet is always going to help you to sound good. And it's something you should really listen very carefully for and to when you're checking out drummers on recordings, or live for that matter. And obviously there's some element of mixing goes on in the production process, but how a drummer actually balances his hands and feet can be the key to sounding absolutely spot on, authentic in any given style of music, be it jazz, rock, funk, or anything else, and playing the same stuff but all out of balance dynamically and not sounding good. So be aware, when you're playing jazz, for example, is your left hand comping too loud? Is your ride cymbal not leading the mix? Is your bass drum feathering too prominent, and it should be barely audible? So independence of dynamics, mix your hands and feet. It's the key to sounding good.